Good evening, people, and welcome back to my channel. It's China Doll here. So this video basically is to wrap up all my thoughts and opinions about the Disney Wish Very Merry Cruise. So I have a bunch of questions and stuff I would like to talk about. So first of all, if you're wondering how much it is, it varies on the dates you go, but like that second week of December, it was about like $1,200 for the 4 days. Yes, it's a little bit on the pricier side, but I always believe in you get what you pay for, so I felt like it was worth the price tag, and I'll go into why. To get on this cruise, you do need to have your passport, and if you have the Disney Cruise Line app, you can check in on the app. It's very convenient and easy to use because you just upload your picture, take a picture of your passport. When I say take a picture, I'm like a selfie. You have to upload a selfie of your face with no glasses, no hat, nothing, and then a picture of your passport. You answer a couple health questions, and yeah, then you're ready to board. And then they give you this QR code that you can add onto your Apple Wallet, which is basically your boarding pass to get on the ship. What I really like is all the cast members that were working on the ship. Like, they were super friendly. They, especially the servers and housekeeping. They always ask if you need anything. They always remember like your orders, and I love how every night housekeeping is always making this little cute like towel animals, and they give you the chocolate. So that was a really thing I really like a lot about the ship. And now I know in the past Disney Cruise Line required like a negative COVID test and the vaccination card, but when I cruised, I think they dropped that COVID mandate in November of this year of 2020. I don't remember exactly what month, what day, but it was recently. So when I went, they didn't require any negative COVID test. They didn't ask for your vaccine card. You just, like I said, you just needed your passport and that and then that QR code that I was telling you to scan to get in, the boarding pass to get in. Parking at the Port Canaveral, like I showed you in the first video, when you go in, they make you pay at the little kiosk machine, and it's card only. And yeah, it was a lot. It was like about $77 for the 3 days. So keep that in mind if you're parking at the port. And I like how Disney has their own little port there. I also like the fact that there was so much to do on the ship. Like, I'm talking about activity-wise, whether it be a show, a movie, or whatever. Like, you will never be bored, no matter if it's date, morning time, afternoon, evening. There's always something to do. There was so much to do that I didn't even get to do everything I wanted to in the 3 days I was on there. I felt like that it was too short. Maybe if it was like 5 to 7 days, I would be able to do it. But I felt like in the 3 days, it wasn't enough time to do every single thing I wanted to. And then the restaurants, I like the fact that how every night on the restaurants there was you're with the same servers, and you're on the table with the same guests every night. So they always remember you. They remember what you like, your order. So I thought that was pretty cool. And it was a different theming. Like, you know, first night for us was the Arendelle, which is the Frozen theme restaurant. Then the second night was 1923. Then the third night was Marvel. So I like how every night was a different theme in restaurant. So you get different menus, different food, but it's just the same servers and the same people. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I like how I was very impressed with the food, even at the buffet. Like, the first day I was like, wow. Or like they served like crab legs and prime rib, like all the really good, like everything wasn't bad. There was nothing really too bad that I can say I really hated. Like, most of the food was I was impressed, and there was so much different things to choose from. So you had a pizza area, you had a burgers, chicken nuggets, you had like I told you, there's steak, there's seafood, there's so many different desserts, the pastry, like the bakery. And I also like the fact that it includes the sodas, and the only thing separate for drink that you would have to pay for is the alcohol. But I like the fact that everything else is included. Like I said, the sodas, the coffee, juices, water, whatever, that's all included. And I always tell people to bring a cup. I don't know, it's just convenient to have your cup so you can refill whatever you want instead of, I mean, Disney does provide those little complimentary cups, but if you want a bigger size cup. Bring your own cup from home. You can put in your carry-on or your purse or whatever, and just walk around and have something to drink. So I thought that was cool. I do that, like I told you that in my previous cruise vlogs. That's very convenient. So I did purchase the Wi-Fi on the ship. In case you guys are wondering, it's about $20 per night. Yes, it's very pricey, and that is like the middle level of Wi-Fi price, because they had like 3 different packages. So the very first package was the basic internet package, which is you just can go on like social media apps like Facebook, Instagram, whatever. That was $15 a day. Then the one I picked was the middle package, which you can just browse the net, browse emails, browse social media. That was $20 a day. And then if you want the faster speed internet, I think that was $30 a day. So depending on which Wi-Fi package you pick for the internet, like to use, because one of my friends are asking me, what if you don't need to browse the net or whatever, if you just want to use a Disney Cruise Net app, that is complimentary. So if to look up like shows or whatever on the Disney app, it's free to use that. But if you want to browse the net, check email, social media apps, stuff like that, you do have to purchase the internet. Like I said, it's pretty pricey, and it's sometimes it can be a little slow, but I just mainly use it to post pictures and keep in touch with family back home, to text and stuff. So when you get to the port, they do have an option where they can bring your suitcases up to the room. You just put the little luggage tags that they mail you around your suitcase, and they'll deliver it to your room, which is pretty cool. It's convenient instead of dragging it around waiting until the room's already at 2 p.m. And the same goes when it's time to leave on departation day. So the night before, they'll give you like a character. So like I had a Daisy tag, and you have to have your suitcases outside the room the day before you go back home, and it has to be done before 10:30 p.m. or else you'll be carrying your own suitcases out the ship. I also like when we were in Castaway Cay, Disney's private island, they provide complimentary towels to use while you're at the beach. So that was really nice. And the food on their island was all included too. And I was very impressed with the food at Serenity Bay, which is the adults only section, because they had ribs, corn on the cob, steak, the big giant chocolate chip cookies, like different flavor vanilla, different flavored ice cream. So the food, I was really impressed, and it's included with the price you're paying for the cruise. You don't have to pay separate for that. So that was nice. So the sodas and the food was included. So when I went to the Bahamas, right, and I was telling you that I didn't book the excursion through the Disney cruise, I booked it on the Atlantis website. So you had to take a taxi to get there. In case you guys are wondering, from the ship to Atlantis, it was $5 one way, so it was $10 round trip. There was another option to take the ferry boat. I just couldn't figure out where it was. Like, it was so confusing to find it. Like, getting there was a sign there that said the ferry boat to Atlantis, but like, or Pleasure, or whatever island, I guess it was Pleasure Island, I don't know, whatever it was called, or Treasure Island, I think it was called. But I should have maybe took the boat going there instead of trying to take it back, because it was confusing to find it. Like, so many people gave me different directions, and now I just got frustrated and took a taxi back. But if you want to do the ferry, it's about the same price, $5 one way and $5 back, so $10 wrong. So same price as taxi, but it would be a cool scenic view if you take the ferry. But I would recommend, if you want to do that and you're trying to go to Atlantis like I did, do it. Take the ferry, go in there. Be easier to find, so you don't get lost like I did. So one of the only complaints I really had was that the elevators. Okay, I really couldn't stand the touch screen buttons on the elevators. It wasn't just me, but like anybody that's standing near it is so sensitive. Like people's elbows, backs, whatever, has hit all the buttons, and we end up stopping at every deck. So that was inconvenient because there's 14 decks on the ship. So I wish they had regular buttons, because every time I go in the elevator, it was always crowded. So many people. Like, even though I saw a sign on the elevator that says max capacity was 20 people, no way 20 people was gonna fit in the elevator. Maybe the most was 9 to 10 people, but like it was just, I just didn't like the buttons, because even I accidentally sometimes pressed it. So I didn't like that. And then the only other thing that I didn't really like too also is when I was at Castaway Cay, I didn't like how if you're purchasing merch, you can't use cash or card while you're on the island. So if you want to get like a t-shirt or a hat or something like that, everything gets billed to your room, and then you pay that bill at the end of your trip, your cruise. But basically that's sums up the about the things I liked, I didn't like, and my opinion about this cruise. I really did enjoy it though. This is one of the best cruises I've been on because the service was good, the food was good, there's always something to do. I really like how there's lots of outlets in the room, because most of the other cruises only had one European 2020 plug. This had USB-C, USB 2020, so it was like a lot of plugs everywhere, so that was very convenient. So now let's get to the haul, like what stuff I got from this cruise. So you guys know how much I like to collect magnets on trips. So the first thing I got was this Disney Cruise magnet right here. If it would focus so you can guys have a better view. If it would get a little bit clearer, there you go. So this was the Disney magnet I got. So on the side it said Ahoy and best cruise ever. So I'm gonna be putting that in my refrigerator later. And when I was at Castaway Cay, I had got this one t-shirt. I like the colors on it, and it just says Castaway Cay with a palm tree. And then there was this Lounge Fly backpack. This one was in deck 5 on the Mansell store, so it's really cool. It has this zipper on the front, this zipper on the top. I like how it says Disney Cruise Line on the bottom, and this is the back. So it's pretty nice. It's cute. I like wearing backpacks. You know, I don't really wear purses. And then another shirt was this Disney Cruise shirt that says "A Wish Came True, Disney Cruise Line." So there was another shirt I really wanted, but they were all sold out. Castaway Cay was like this Mickey shirt. But so if you really want to if you care more about the merch, like I was telling you in previous vlogs, make sure to try to get to the store early, right when they open, so you'll be able to get your size and design and whatever else you like. So that's basically it. So let me know in the comments below, have you guys ever been on a Disney Wish cruise? Or are you planning to? I would like to hear your thoughts and stuff in the comment section below. So if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next venture. Bye.